Hello, lovelies. Making it happening. Making it happen today. How's everyone doing? Come on in. Let's get busy. I had all kinds of stuff for you today. It's going to be a good day in the neighborhood. Bring it on in. Let's do this. Let's do it. Hello, Catherine. In the neighborhood. Doing her thing. Doing her thing. There's Amber. Who else do we have? I've got all my stuff lined up. Good to see everyone. Happy FriYay. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. How about your house? What's the weather like? Are you having some beautiful fall weather like we are? We are just, it is incredible. Hello there, Helen. And there's Elizabeth. Hello. I love it that you guys all show up. Hey, wait till you see what we've got in store for you for tomorrow for Soulful Saturday. That's same time. We are here Monday through Saturday, I should say, at 1 p.m. Eastern each and every single day right here. So bookmark that. You can get a notification from Facebook. I don't know exactly how to do it, but I promise you can get a notification. And you know, we have named this show The Daily Dish because we sit here and we dish together. It's all about putting vibrancy back into your life because we're whole women, right? You're not just food or, you know, your waistline or a pair of jeans. It's heart, mind, body, and soul. I mean, that's how I'm put together. I'm pretty sure you are too. So anyway, so good to see you. Thanks for all the love and all the hearts and all the things. And thanks for all the shares. My gosh, you guys have been sharing. And we have Dawn is getting a nice little goodie package. We got a new one going out next week. And I don't even have it here to show you. I should have it here to show you. But it's, you know. Lucy said it's gorgeous in New Bern. Yes. Beautiful area out there. Beautiful area. So anyway, welcome everybody. Today is Q&A. That means that any questions you have, if you've sent them in, you're going to get them answered today. If you have a question for next week, send it in to support@savingdinner.com. And in that subject line, question for Leanne on Friday, I will answer it. And tomorrow we change our question of the week. I always do something different every day, don't I? I think it's fun that way. So here is our quote of the week. Don't leave your longings unattended. Oh boy, how many women have done that? You know, I think it's a woman thing. I think this is what we do. We're the sacrificial lambs. We lay ourselves out for everybody and then we do one of these. You know, we just give ourselves that kind of life. We don't have to do that. We don't have to do that anymore. That's primarily what we're talking about here, and I am so glad that you're here. I see Juanita. I didn't see you earlier. Good to see you, Juanita. Thanks for stopping by, and Sandy too. And you know, you'll see Amber and Jenny are both there in the chat, so if you have something that you need to ask, go ahead. If it's customer service oriented though, do send it in to support@savingdinner.com. That's where we can help you. We don't do a good job of doing it here. It's just, sorry, it's just the way it is. So anyway, very good to see you all. And today is question 8, and I've got some really good questions in. And you guys, you know, never fail. You never disappoint me. I'm always thrilled that there's so much here for us to discuss and talk about. And I'm going to show you everything, you know, talk about all of these. I've got 5, 6 questions. We're going to get to them in here in just a sec. First of all, I want to say InflaCrusher is running out the door. You guys are buying it up like crazy, which I don't blame you. What you need to do is get your supplement of the week. Okay, supplement of the week is when we put them on sale. We do a big buy, and that means you get the benefit of that big buy because they, you know, it's less by the bottle when we do a big buy. So today we've got InflaCrusher. This is curcumin on steroids. I take this instead of Tylenol for any ache and pain. Because Tylenol, I mean, that's going to ruin your liver. It's going to ruin everything. It is also going to give you massive leaky gut. InflaCrusher is the bomb.com. And I'm going to tell you right now, buy 3 of these. We'll put the 4th one in your cart for you absolutely free. The reason that we do this is to help you save money. I do this myself. I buy in bulk, I save money myself, and we're also going to give you free shipping. Put 3 in your cart. The 4th one we will do ourselves. I think that's pretty cool, don't you? Anyway, so we have a lot of people taking care of this. Also, don't forget our skincare's here. Isn't it so pretty? Look at all the dogwoods on there, and I don't hold it up very well. You know, they're never going to give me a slot on QVC, are they? I should be able to hold this up in just a way that makes you say, oh, look how cool that is. Oh, yep, there it is. The serum, the neck, eye, and lip cream, and the Wise Women's Moisture Cream. This stuff's amazing. Listen, skincare is serious business. You know, as we age, our skin gets thinner. But if we're taking our collagen on the inside, we have that in Perfect Paleo Protein, and we're very serious about this, and we're taking good care of our skin on the outside, getting our sleep, hydrating, and all of that. Sleep. Our skin's going to respond. My skin looks better today than it did 10 years ago. And I'm 62, so I mean, come on. that's pretty dramatic statement. So if you get your skincare, and if you watched last night's webinar, here we go again. Are you ready? Yeah, you know what, Catherine, I was thinking of that. I should get a glue gun and glue them all together. I tried rubber bands and it just went everywhere. I mean, I'm trying to be cool here. You know, I'm trying to present. So watch this. How's that for a presentation? I can't do it, but here's all of this is our immunity high 5. I did a webinar last night and explained why these supplements are so critical for keeping your immune system in shape, what they do. If you want to watch it, you can go to savingdinner.com/immunity, and you can go get your seat and watch it at any time. You don't have to do that necessarily, but I'm telling you what, you will appreciate the information. And you know, I hate the idea of anybody dumbing down anything, but on the other hand, once I started to dive into the immune system and I started studying it, I thought, you know what? My eyes are glazing over. What's going to happen when I present all this stuff? So I tried to keep it very simplified and very understandable, and I hope I was successful. But it was good information. We had really great questions afterwards, so you can check it out yourself. Go to savingdinner.com/immunity, and we have a great deal on these 5 supplements that you can get, and we have a schedule for taking them and free shipping that ends on Tuesday. So go watch the webinar and take advantage of this, because you know, these are things that are really going to help you. We're getting into flu season, y'all, and I don't have to explain what's happened these last few months either, do I? No. And don't forget the Pinkies Up mugs. Man, these things are flying out the door. Can I just tell you? All you guys, I love giving them to you. You know, they're so much fun. We have collections. We've got the pink Wise Women's cup with the, which one did we do? We did the bloom, the full bloom cup. We had Mindful mug, Pinkies Up cup. We have all kinds of them. Anyway, I'm so glad you're here. So, you want to get to it, shall we? Oh, and don't forget, we have Thanksgiving menus for you too. Do you want a low carb one? Do you want a paleo one? Do you want a keto one? Do you just want classic family? Got them all. savingdinner.com/thanks. And you know what? Thanks for sharing that link, by the way, because you can share these. This has everything you need for Thanksgiving. Everything. It's got a timeline. It's got the countdown for the last hour on how to get that food on the table all hot at the same time. Yep, I've got that there. Shopping list, turkey triage. So let's say you've got a troubleshooting thing. Like, have you ever had lumpy gravy before? We can fix that. I've got all of it in there. I am the queen of Thanksgiving, and I'm happy to share my wares. It's all there. Go check it out at savingdinner.com/thanks. And by the way, speaking of the supplement of the week, do you know what we're doing this week too? I forgot to tell you. and retroactive since we started. We're also giving you away Croctober ebook. Croctober is our big collection. I almost said big ass, but no, I didn't. But it is. It's a big collection of crock cooker ebooks, and it has all kinds of stuff in there, and you guys are going to love it. It's free. It's usually 27 or 37 bucks, I don't know, but it's free for those who are buying InfoCrusher this week. See, aren't we so lovely? We do things for you. We love our lovelies massively. So the other thing, it's Food Fight Friday as well as Q&A. So today I'm going to, a couple weeks ago, if you remember, I had the sardine challenge and said, hey, who's gonna try these sardines? I showed you something out of my own pantry. Well, I'm doing the same thing today. I'm gonna show you something out of my own pantry. And it is organic, see that big word right there? Organic apple cider vinegar with the mother. See all that sludge on the bottom? This stuff is amazing stuff, and I'm a big believer. I love apple cider vinegar. As a matter of fact, we have ACV not on my desk, but we have some ACV coming for the next sprint that you can take in pill form if you want to. But apple cider vinegar, it can make salad dressing. It can do all kinds of things. It modulates blood sugar levels. It helps with digestion. It can even clear your skin. I'll tell you, when I was in rosacea land, incredible. Look at this. That's what went on my skin. That's what went on my skin, y'all. On a pad and put it on my skin. I had a anesthetist or whatever, you know, those facial ladies, tell me to do it. She told me it would really help, and it did. It kills bacteria. It's antimicrobial, antibacterial. It's incredible, and it's cheap. So here's your assignment. Next time you're in the store, buy some. Two things though: organic apple cider vinegar. Second thing, make sure that it with the mother. That means that it has a natural fermentation. It's also probiotic, or prebiotic rather. So it feeds the good guys in your gut. I mean, come on. Can you imagine? Look, this stuff's cheap. Cheap, cheap, cheap. Anyway, I love apple cider vinegar. I wanted to share that with you because it's Food Fight Friday. You need to have these things in your life. Next week, I'm going to pull something out. You know, it might be liver or something really scary, but you'll have to be here, right? So make it a point every single day, except Sunday. So we got all these things in there at the webinar. We did the alignment assignment, and how did you enjoy this week's shows? I hope you liked them, because I really put a lot of thought into them, and it just, I felt like having a theme just helped to make it go a little bit better. But anyway, let's get to the questions. Who's ready? Jennifer's asking, what actually is inflammation? We talk about it a lot, but I'm not exactly sure what it is. I know if we have an infection, inflammation will occur. Okay, so Jennifer, this is a really good question, and it does have, it can get complicated, but we're going to go to directly to the simple answer, and it's really easy. Chronic inflammation is when you have ongoing inflammation, versus acute inflammation is inflammation that happens for a reason. So if you stub your toe, those white blood cells are all going to run and take care of all the, you know, of all the infection, of all the pain, of all the whatever. It is so amazing what happens when your body knows exactly what to do and how to take care of things. It is an immune system type of a response to an immediate injury or even an infection. So let's say you have an infection. You guys know, you've seen this before. If you have an infection, like say you cut your finger and you get an infection, you see it get red and swollen. It might ooze a little bit. I know all this, like, I hope you're not eating. You don't want to be eating when we're talking about all of this stuff. But honestly, when this happens, this is what this is what your body does, and it starts the cleanup process. It goes for the inflammation. Inflammation is when you know that your body is taking care of business. When you have chronic inflammation, however, it's a different story, because your body is saying, warning, you know, there's something going on inside of you that is inflaming you. You could be eating something that doesn't agree with you. That's could be part of the problem. You could be, you could have some kind of like arthritis, like rheumatoid arthritis. It's very inflammatory. Hashimoto's, any kind of autoimmune disease, very inflammatory. That means that there's chronic inflammation going on, and we get all the symptoms that go along with it. So how do we address inflammation? We do an anti-inflammatory diet to start. You know, we can cool it down with ice. We can use an antibiotic if necessary. You notice I say if necessary. We shouldn't be, you know, doing constant antibiotics. But that's what it is. I mean, inflammation is a natural response to some kind of an intrusion, if you will, or infection, or something that your body doesn't really appreciate, right? Whether it's an injury, an illness, or a chronic condition. If it is an acute inflammatory thing, then you're gonna stub your toe, you're gonna have all these bodily functions happen, and the toe's gonna get inflamed and all of that. But you're gonna watch the healing happen, and it'll go like this, and you're at the most part of the pain, and then it starts to get better, better, better. A week later, it's gone. Not with chronic inflammation, because we constantly feed chronic inflammation with bad food, with too much sugar, with whatever, or even with good food that we just happen to have a sensitivity to. So those are the things we need to be concerned about. We also are, you know, what we think about too, and being negative and pessimistic and down in the dumps and depressed and all of that also allows for inflammation as well. And we need to be cognizant of the fact that we have a certain amount of control over what's going on in our body. We can be meditative. We can love ourselves up a little bit. Obviously, you know, we all possibly need treatments for different things along the way. I had Hashimoto's thyroiditis, which is a chronic inflammatory autoimmune disease. It is now gone. And I don't have the inflammatory markers that I used to. I don't have all that stuff going on anymore. That was a lot had to do with my diet, meditative practice, taking my exercise down a notch, getting the sleep, really taking care of myself. You know, deciding that I was no longer going to be on the back burner and putting myself on the front burner, and I started to not leave my longings behind anymore. So I know about this. And we don't have to live in the place of being chronically inflamed. It's painful. It's painful, and it's debilitating, and it holds us back from the vibrant life we want. Okay? Start with an anti-inflammatory diet. Lucy's got a question. She says, am I binging if I eat the same breakfast every day, even if it is good for me? I'm not tired of it, but my weight loss has slowed down a lot. Dinner remains full of variety, but lunch remains the same. Breaking my fast remains the same. I see what you're saying. Okay, so binging is not that. Binging is when you're out of control eating. And I did a master class on Tuesday for Take Back Your Life, folks, on what binging is about and how to control that. Because oftentimes what binging is out of control eating in an attempt to get back in control of what you feel like your life is out of control. Sounds really bizarre and complicated, but that's essentially what it is. Now, binging isn't, when you're eating the same breakfast every day, I suggest you change it up. Break your fast with something different. Break your fast with a smoothie one day and maybe some scrambled eggs the next. Break your fast only, of course, when you're hungry. Stop when you're satisfied. Don't eat to full, even if that means leaving something behind, because full only becomes even more full in 10 minutes. So Lucy, yeah, go watch it. It's in the membership area. Binging is a completely different thing than this. Binging is out of control eating, and it's usually involved with a bunch of crap that you wouldn't eat, you know, on a normal basis. Every once in a while, I'll get somebody who will, I wouldn't consider it a binge eat, but just kind of this feeling of out of control of, you know, I had a client one time tell me that she was standing in front at 2 o'clock in the morning eating a cold pork chop in front of the refrigerator. That isn't binging. That's just feeling out of control and trying to have food assuage that whole thing. But here's the thing, binging usually is, strapping on the feed bag and just going bonkers. It's taking down a whole bag of potato chips. It's eating a whole pizza. It's eating gobs of food in an attempt to make yourself feel better. And, again, I always offer up exactly what I've said before, and what I talked about this week is choose your pain. We have this pain of regret for later, or saying that's going to be hard to not do, but I'm going to, go and do it anyway. So choose your pain. That's just life in the fast lane. We don't have a choice. There's always pain. It's just which one you want to choose. I'll tell you, the pain of regret is so much bigger, and it grows and it manifests and it takes us down. Whereas the pain of saying, this is hard, oh gosh, I don't want to do it, call a friend, do something else instead, that's the thing that will bring victory, relief, and it's momentary. That's momentary. The pain of regret is huge. It's a backpack on your back, and it takes you down. It's not you at your best. You at your best is the momentary pain. You at your best is the place of saying, let's go ahead and do this anyway. Lucy, making changes for yourself, making small changes is good, and maybe shaking it up a little bit. Go post in the VIP group that we have, and let's get some ideas circulating for you. Our members are brilliant and have been through this whole thing too of being afraid to change. But let's do that, because I think that's really going to help you out. Alrighty, so this is from Margot. She says, especially with flu season coming up, how much vitamin D and C should I take? Should I take straight vitamin C, or is it okay to mix it with one of those combos like Emergen-C that has E, B6, biotin, zinc, and sodium? All right, so here is the thing. Your vitamin D and your vitamin C, I'll tell you how to titrate vitamin C. You can titrate vitamin C and just keep adding like 500 milligrams at a time. You can do it with a powder. You can do it with pill. I mean, we have, where is it? There it is. Yes, we have it now. And that is just, plain old absorbic acid. Listen, all the studies that have been done on vitamin C, pretty much 99% of them have all been done with plain old absorbic acid. It's known to work. Linus Pauling did all of his Nobel Peace Prize work on this, and I am convinced that this is a good supplement to have. So I like that one. I've taken them all. I've tried everything, and that's the one that I prefer. It's the one I recommend. I take it with, I do a powder form. Whoa, where is it? There it is. Cheers. It's right here in my hot melt mix. And that I take it that way. I also take it this way. And I am up to about 4,000 or 5,000 milligrams a day. Okay, or 5 grams a day if you want to go that way. But here's the thing you need to know. I didn't start there. I started with 500, then I went to 1,000, and then I went to another 1,500, then I went to 2,000, and I took my time getting up there. You need to understand this, because unless you are sitting right next to a bathroom, you will have digestive upset. Oh my gosh. You don't want that. Okay, so that's how you build up to it. And how much can you take? It's totally up to you. Do you want to take a combo? Maybe. I don't like Bs on their own. I like a B complex together. If you're taking a B complex, biotin and B6 are both Bs, and we need to have them in conjunction, in symphony with the other Bs. Remember what I always say, when you start taking your Bs separately from the others, it's like listening to a tuba concert. Nobody wants that. They want the whole marching band, right? And the tuba comes in handy in a marching band, adds to it. But a tuba by itself, no. Nobody wants, or a bassoon or something, nobody wants that. You want the whole symphony. So that's how that should go. Now, as far as vitamin D, strongly suggest everyone buy themselves a vitamin D test. Super easy. It probably, I think 50, 60 bucks or whatever on Amazon. There's a whole bunch of them. I would even suggest looking on Groupon for them, because sometimes Groupon has these tests. You do them at home. They give you a card, they give you a little lancet, stab it on the side of your finger, not the top, less nerves, and then you do blood spots and send them in. Now here's what you need to know. When you do these vitamin D tests, it's going to give you an average of where you are, and then you can make a determination on how much vitamin D you should take. Vitamin D can be too much, but most of us have too little. How much do you need? How much sun do you get? It's all variable. I personally take 5,000 international units a day. That's my personal. That's how much I take. But and that's what's in, I think 4,000 actually. No, it's what's in our vitamin D that we have, our Wise Women's vitamin D. But I did a test and my vitamin D levels are way up. If I were way down, I would be doing differently. I would be doing it differently. And test and see. You don't want to be below 20 NGs is the whole deal. You want to be up. Mine is about at 40, which is a good place to be. You don't want to be beyond 60. All right. This is from Veronica. She says, I hate to cook and I'm not all that confident doing so. I am trying to not use prepared mixes, etc. So that means more from scratch cooking. I cook because I have to, but I would love to enjoy it more since I have to do it anyway. About a month ago, I got an email regarding your cooking camp. Would that be helpful? Absolutely. Absolutely. Here's the thing, and this is what we all need to know. Every single day, we have some kind of a thing that we need to do, right? Every single day. And that we maybe don't enjoy. For example, sometimes I just don't want to drink all that water. But every single day, I fill up those water bottles and I hydrate every single day. Some days, I don't feel like flossing. But flossing is what's going to keep my heart healthy, by the way. Your oral hygiene is very much connected to your heart health. And so I am an adamant flosser at least once a day, usually twice. Brush my teeth twice a day. Scrape my tongue. I do all the things. I'm really good about doing that. But guess what? It is a hygiene thing. Cooking is a hygiene thing. When you know how to cook, you know how to take care of your body. You know how to take care of your own nutrition needs. You're not having somebody say, here's a cheap bag of pre-made garbage that is as cheap as we can possibly make it with all kinds of, fractionated oils and all sugar and a bunch of crap you don't need. When you cook, you're the queen of your own nutritional destiny. And that's big stuff. That's huge stuff. Yes, I'd love you to take cooking camp, and I know that you would get something out of it. Now, I did this cooking camp was about 5 or 6 years ago, but every unit builds on top of the other, and it teaches you exactly what it is that you need to know without all the fluff, without all the stuff. Because, if you've ever picked up a basic cooking cookbook, come on, that's enormously ridiculous. In basic cookbook, what you've got, it's this thick, it's a tome. It's a tome. But you know what? When you do cooking camp, I'm going to take you through all the things that you need to know in order to cook for yourself. I'm not going to teach you how to proof yeast. I'm not going to teach you how to do all this other kind of garbage. I'm going to show you how to use a knife. I'm going to show you how to make an emulsified sauce. I'm going to show you how to set a table. I'm going to show you how to do things so that you can have this life skill, because that's exactly what it is. I don't know, guys, Amber or Jenny, can you guys, one of you put a link to cooking camp in the comments? But yeah, I think it'd be really helpful for you. It's never too late to learn. And it's fun. It does become fun. Here's the thing. Once you get this whole thing down, all of a sudden you think, you look in your refrigerator, you think, here's a recipe that looks really good. And you look in your refrigerator and you go, but I don't have any fill in the blank. Then you think, I could do this instead. because you start to understand food. Food is chemistry in action, and it's also art, and it's also creativity, and it's also fun. Yes, it's fun. You just need some skills. That's it. Just a couple of little skills and a couple of ways to make it happen, and suddenly your world opens up. Can you tell I'm kind of passionate about this? I would love to give everyone the gift of cooking, because it really is something. And you know, I kind of get to the place of getting, when people say, oh, I just can't cook and I'm never going to cook, and dependent on restaurants and dependent on takeout and dependent on all that, it puzzles me. Why would you want that? You know, why would you put yourself in charge of, let somebody else be in charge of your health? This is your health we're talking about. And you get to choose all the best ingredients. You get to put it together. And I'll show you mise en place. I'll show you how to put it together so that it's fast and easy. I'll show you how to break it down so you don't have all the dishes and destroy your kitchen. All of the things. So yes, cooking camp. I think you'll like it. It's really fun. And it's fast and easy, and you will be the queen of your own kitchen. I think we should all be the queen of our own lives, don't you? Well, being the queen of your kitchen is a fantastic thing. All right, this is from our Amber. Amber says, can I take my supplements at bedtime instead of when I break my fast? Specifically the Core 4, Beauty Support, and the Multi. I've gotten nauseous in the past from taking multis during the day, so I wanted to check before taking these. Thank you. You can try it. Here's the thing you need to know. The Core 4 and everything here, there's lots of B vitamins in there. B vitamins can make you a little bit nauseous, but you know what else B vitamins can do? They can keep you up at night. They can keep you up at night. So you could be sitting there at night going, okay, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and you know your thoughts are flooding your head. So strong suggestion that maybe what you do is just break it up. Break it up. Maybe take your Core 4 and then maybe take Beauty Support at night. I mean, I've taken Beauty Support at night. I haven't had any problem with that. And take your Sleepies. You need some Sleepies. The Sleepies is thebomb.com, by the way. It is now my favorite way to go to sleep and stay asleep. So anyway, that's part of our whole thing. I don't want you to forget about that. Go to savingdinner.com/immunity to get the whole lowdown on your immune system and how to give it what it needs so it can do what it needs to do for you. We are entering flu season, y'all. Flu season. So get on that. Get on that. Okay. We did it. We went through all of our questions of the week, and we didn't even do it. Sometimes it takes a full hour. It takes a full hour. Amber, I'll work with you on this, but we'll figure out something that works for you. Okay? Works for you. What is that? Lisa says, the thought of cooking can be overwhelming. However, Leanne truly shares the simplicity. Trust her, it works. You are right. Thank you for that, Tricia. It is a simple thing. I think we do get bogged down with all the stuff that comes with cooking, and it doesn't need to be that way at all. And that's why I invite you to check out Cooking Camp for yourself. This is something that you can take your kids along with you and do it together. Be a fun thing, really fun thing. I appreciate all of you for sharing. Sharing is caring, and when you share publicly and say a little something about it, you might be next week's winner. We had Dawn this week get a nice little packet. I've got the same thing going out this week. Who knows what next week will be? But if you're interested in trying out some of Ava Jane's fine caramelized cacao, they're addictive, by the way, and be afraid, be very afraid. If you're interested in their sea salt and in their Los Muertes barbecue seasoning, off the hook, you're gonna wanna share this. Share it publicly so we can see it. And then, secondarily, we will be looking at all of that, and if you are the winner, we will send it to you. We will send that to you. Thanks so much for joining me today. It's been fun. I appreciate you, Catherine. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. You guys are the very best, and I will see you tomorrow for Soulful Saturday. Peace be with you.